This is the 17th of November 2022. It's an international day. We are running coffee grounds from Starbucks. That's without press aid, and that was with a press aid. We'll get results on that experiment. And next sample came from Ireland. This is seagrass, and here's some seaweed from Ireland. And we're going to run that last today because I think it has to be clean. Well, we're going to run, here are samples from Mexico of synthetic rubber. And some of them are, these two are pretty fluffy. This one's, we've labeled it C, and that one's B. And we've got samples galore. And A is this one. It's, some water is cleared out. You can see in the bottom of the plastic bag. And this stuff is stiff and does not come apart. And this one is the only one that had a label. It's labeled 3 of 3, 29 kilos. Okay, we've started feeding the press, and enough to fill the press gradually. And we're getting some cake out here. It's very dirty and messy. I got a little bit of this seagrass in there and a little brown coffee left over. So we're cleaning out the press with this sample. Feed rate looks awfully low to me. I've got 45 psi on here. And it's still crumbly. It's crumbly going in. That's how we picked this sample to run. It's labeled C. And we've got hazard C test results on it. Yeah, but hopper. I keep the screw covered completely over the top at this end. So you have to speed up, feed it faster. That way I know the press is full. Okay, now we've got the time test going. We're a minute and 15 seconds into the time test. We have dumped the entire load of material here into the press. Cake is coming out. We're breaking it up so that it falls into our cake collection pan, getting the press liquor, so we'll have a capacity to test. Hang on a minute. Okie doke, go ahead. We're getting ready to run the B sample. And we're putting in a marker here. And one more spoonful will give us a good marker. So this next test is with the B material. It is very crumbly. Okay, we're starting to feed in the marker, of course. The press is run with a variable frequency drive. I've got it set at 50 hertz. Notice that this one is simply a 110 volt cable, single phase. VFD is good for 220 or 110. Okay, this started to break up here, and I see my press cake. As soon as this comes out a little clearer, we'll get there's a cake starting to come out again. And I'm ready to start a test. You can put it in the second bag. Okay, we started a time test, but really didn't have enough sample to get a representative. This may give us a real rough idea of what the throughput capacity is. Probably not. Anyway, you can see how the cake came out, and we'll save these samples, of course, run moisture analysis on them. Okay, we're getting ready to run this sample. Go ahead. We're cutting it into pieces that are a lot easier for the press to handle. And anyway, we had 3 plastic bags, and these are the samples from the 3 plastic bags. Free water ran out of it. There's some water in the bottom of the bags. Yes, we're going to be feeding this hold off a bit. We got the screw turning. Oh, I've got a marker down there, and you can drop those in. I've got the cone open, and that's the material that came out. Now when I close the cone, that stuff was not that hard. It just broke up on its own accord. I can knock that out of the way. This is the previous material that we were running. This is the -C sample. Right away we're getting some liquid out. And you can dump the whole thing in there. Or just let it feed itself. There's my marker coming through. And there's my marker coming through. There you see the marker. And so now I'm still getting that seagrass from Ireland. This came all the way from Ireland and goes to show how material does not clean out of a press. This stuff had to have been hairpinned or stapled onto the flights or the resistor teeth. This was long and stringy when we put it in, but okay, material did by itself. We didn't poke it or anything. And there's our liquid we've got now. This material is clinging together. Probably saw this in the previous video where we made this type of material. Anyway, this will be our time test. We're at 45 psi, 3-bar air pressure. We're running at 17 RPM, 50 hertz for all of these tests. Water out pretty much from one end to the other of the screen. That's because it's getting past these resistor teeth going into the first, second, third, and fourth stage of compression. Okay, I'm going to have to stop the test. This machine is it's a 3-inch fiber filter with laboratory style. They're fixing it up for me to run a test after lunch today. Glad to see it being worked on, putting in a 45 micron filter sleeve. We're in the assembly department, and here you see a couple big presses, screens, gearboxes, more presses. But basically in the assembly department, we have, it looks like a 16-inch press. This one, probably a 10 or 12-inch. Here's a rental machine that has come back from, that is being reworked, refurbished. I see a piece of clamp metal got in there. And these people were pressing wood chips. And interesting. And a couple more presses in assembly department.